Hello, hello. We are back for another amazing week of Launch Codes football. I'm Daniel,
And I'm Chelsea.
and Chelsea, you had a very stress-free week with your Colts in the bye, and I thought I had a stress-free week until Aaron Rodgers potentially broke his wrist. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I was living large. I watched the Panthers come back and win a game with a an overtime victory. I had a great time.
No, that's good to hear. And just as a little side tangent, for someone who lost last week in his money fantasy league because Romeo Dobbs couldn't get 5 points, and I lost by 5 points, and someone who's might be losing unless this week because Devonta Smith only got one catch for 7 yards. Um, yeah, I need you guys to actually start playing better. I need you guys.
Yeah, if you guys are listening to this podcast, please improve your play.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, I don't even know shit about Romeo Dobbs at this point. He was dropping cap passes left and right like yesterday. It was on Sunday. It was ridiculous, but.
Christian Watson is eating into his snap count. He had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Jalen Reed to come back. I had him on
Thanksgiving, apparently. That's
really
what I
okay.
read.
Oh, because I think I drafted him. He's been on my IR for months now.
Yeah,
So
I traded for him like 2 weeks ago, thinking he was going to come back. Actually, no, I picked him up off waivers. I traded for Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, I gave up like a bench player, but still, that no light at the end of that tunnel, if you ask me.
yeah, yeah. And we keep, but anyway, we're not we're talking about fantasy sports, but we should be talking about week 11 of the NFL season. And you know what? We were talking a lot about injuries, and one team that's been injured to all get out and is now starting to show, unfortunately, are not my, but or the Los Angeles Chargers,
Daniels, Los Angeles
who
Chargers.
was winning hard against last week when they beat the Steelers. My AFC West pick for the year, and that might have been the worst game. That was easily like the worst game in terms of both least interesting and just performance-wise of this past week. Jacksonville looked like they just completely the Jaguars looked like they mauled like the Chargers that week, last week, this week. Herbert ended up having to leave the game for, I believe, concussion protocol. They
Oh,
just
I didn't
can't,
know that.
they just can't protect him. And so, and I'm saying because they couldn't protect him against Pittsburgh. It's just Pittsburgh, their offense was sputtering too. So it was just two offense that couldn't get much done. But you hate to see it because I feel like the Chargers have the talent when healthy to stay up there with the Chiefs and Broncos. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be tough for them the rest of the season if that's the offensive line performance they're getting.
Yeah, that was a rough showing. And that just tells you how steeply they've fallen off a cliff because I don't think most of America thinks Jacksonville is any good, and Jacksonville
No.
destroyed them. So that's pretty indicative of where they're at. I mean, losing both of your starting bookend tackles who are both young and are both really good. I mean, I would argue there's pretty much no team in the league that would be able to overcome that. I mean, that's just horrible. Yeah, poor Herbert. I mean, Herbert is so talented, but they need to get that dude some more weapons. I mean, I know he lost Omari and Hampton and he lost Najee Harris, which was not great. Quentin Johnston just like doesn't exist, I guess. He has
Mm.
like 3 catches, 0 to 3 catches over the last 3 games. Not sure what he's doing. I like Lad McConkey. I like
Yeah.
Gadsden, their tight end,
Keenan
but
Allen's also good.
and Keenan Allen, but they need a true wide receiver one. I really like Lad McConkey, but they need a wide receiver one. Quentin Johnson was supposed to be that guy.
Yeah.
They took him in the first round. He's big, he's tall. He's honestly pretty fast for his size, I believe. He just can't catch anything
Yeah. He just,
ever at all. He had like a 4 game stretch where everyone was like, okay, he's arrived. And then he promptly fell off a cliff. So I would say O line is probably their biggest need at this point, just for depth. I mean, knowing the amount of injuries they sustain, even with their good starters, they just need high quality depth. And I would say receiver. I think that they need like a JSN. Imagine JSN with Justin Herbert.
but yeah, I'm sure every team would want a JSN. There's no team that doesn't
But
want a
that would
J.
open up their offense so much, though, because they already have Lad, and Lad is really good.
Yeah.
But Lad is a slot guy. A lot of wide receiver ones aren't slot guys. So I feel like they still need to take a big body receiver who can actually, catch the ball. Um, yeah, it's just a rough look for the Chargers. I mean, they just fell off a cliff. They don't stand a chance in their division now, and I would be surprised if they make the playoffs at this point.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. They still have to face, I believe, the Chiefs and Broncos coming up soon, and yeah, it's disappointing because I you hate to see a team fall apart because of injury. Because even though they don't have a true wide receiver one, I feel like they can make do with the guys they've had. They've done it before in the
Yeah,
past. It's just if you can't protect your quarterback, especially in a division like that, and like it's just in any kind of division, any kind of anything. If you can't have your quarterback get more than like 3 seconds in the pocket before he has to chuck it down the field or just take a sack, you there's not much we can do, and it's terrible to see that. And like, yeah, it's just, again with my luck with with between San Francisco and the NFC West and the Chargers and the AFC West, I just don't take my predictions to bear. That being said, that didn't stop the San Francisco 49ers from beating down from just absolutely winning their game and keeping course with the rest of the division. Brock Purdy's back, and he looked like, well, the guy they paid a lot of money to. So
yeah,
what?
he looked
So
really good.
yeah, CMC is still looking like one of the best, if not the best, running back in the league. Charles, what do you think about like in terms of San Francisco? I like to put that in there just because I know Jonathan Taylor's your
Hmm.
guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, the unbiased fan in me says that Shanahan deserves Coach of the Year. And the biased fan in me says that Shane Steichen deserves Coach of the Year. But the fact that they have a winning record with Mac Jones, who everyone basically wrote off after last year, is just a testament to the Shanahan system. I mean, when it was his dad and now him, I mean, the Shanahan system has just been a hallmark of the NFL for decades now. I mean, it's been around and been successful for so long. And I mean, I think that's a huge testament to Kyle Shanahan. And then you get Brock Purdy back, who's like the perfect fit for that system. And that's always the discussion. Is he actually that good? Would he be that good on another team? Not everyone's going to be Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Lamar. You know what I mean? Like sometimes guys just need to go somewhere that fits them, and that's where they end up and they succeed. I mean, not everyone is going to be great everywhere. And we've seen that trend appear more and more, especially in the last few years with guys moving around and things like that. But
Yeah,
no, I mean, he looked great. McCaffrey had 3 touchdowns, still has not missed a game due to injury. Crazy to me. I believe Kittle
yeah,
had a touchdown or two as well. No, I mean, if their offense can put up those kinds of numbers, they can make some noise, at least in the wild card if they make it. But they're going to be playing much stronger offensive teams, and I just don't think their defense is going to be able to keep up, especially with the loss of Fred Warner. And they were playing the Cardinals in fairness, which I mean, generally speaking, are a bottom feeder in the NFC. So I wouldn't put like, oh, they're like totally awesome and can beat the Chiefs, something like that. I wouldn't go that far, but like they definitely look good. They got their guy back, and hopefully they can stay healthy. Watch McCaffrey get hurt now that Brock Purdy is back.
knock on wood.
That would be horrible.
No, but well, first of all, I want to give credit to, no, not credit, but say congrats for Jacoby Brissett for setting the completion record. Granted, a
A
lot of that,
former Colts starter, I might add.
the Super Bowl champion Jacoby Brissett, back up for Tom Brady. Um,
True.
no, apparently people have always liked Brissett. He's always been like a solid backup
He's
quarterback.
a he's a cool dude.
He's like a great journeyman, someone you want on your team in case someone goes down. He reminds me a lot like Tyrod Taylor, who just officially is now the starter of the Jets. They just announced it early.
Except better.
That's
He has the
we might
highest
we might
completion percentage in NFL history,
we
I
might put
might
that
remind
on.
you.
We might have to put that on, do a poll like who would you rather have, Tyrod Taylor or Jacoby Brissett? The problem with Taylor is every 5 minutes he's just getting injured.
That's
I
true.
still
I
remember.
would still take Brissett personally because I think he's more accurate, but
I still remember when, because Brissett, going quick tangent, when actually not really because it was Justin Herbert too. It was when he was the backup for Herbert. He was the starter, and they said they stabbed like he got stabbed when they was doing like a medical procedure, and it pierced like his ribs or something, and he missed time. And I was just thinking, what kind of Pulp Fiction stuff is this?
I know, right? I honestly even forgot about that.
And again, that's how Herbert became the starter, and Herbert had like an all-time rookie season as a quarterback. And if I'm Bassett, I'm just looking at that doctor like, you cost me
You're
my.
like, man, what were the odds?
I'm thinking you cost me my job. I'm about to sue you. I'm gonna sue you
It's all
behind.
right. He's making millions of dollars as a backup starter, so he's fine.
Well, yeah. And though you said not everyone can be Josh Allen like Brock Purdy, man, it's really nice when you have a Josh Allen type guy who, he is now the second time in NFL history that a quarterback, threw three touchdown passes and ran for three touchdown passes in the same game. Can you guess who else did it?
Not Peyton because he didn't run. Probably not Brady. Was it Donovan McNabb?
Nope. You got one more guess.
Okay.
Think recent. Think
Drew
recent.
Brees.
Nope. It was Josh Allen last year.
Okay, that was a trick question.
Yeah.
Boo.
I was thought you were gonna say like Cam Newton or something because Josh Allen is to me is the progression of the Cam Newton big body arm and legs quarterback, and to me Cam Newton was progression Big Ben from the Steelers in the early 2010s, like late 2000s, early 2010s. But it's just I was watching that game and I was thinking this is gonna be a great shootout between Baker and Josh Allen, and it was for a little bit. And then the third quarter happened, then the second half happened, and Josh Allen says, "Okay, let me take over this game." And I think no other player in football, probably him and Lamar, the only two players that can do this, where they can literally take over the entire game. So
Mahomes can too.
I have to see. Mahomes haven't been able to do it in a few years though. I feel,
He's done it before though.
well, yeah, he's done it before, but I also feel like I get what you're saying, but I feel like in terms of recent memory, until like the past 2, 3 years. It's been those two. And Allen just completely put the team on his back, which is both amazing to see. But at the same time, this is one of the reasons why I don't think Buffalo is going to be like that serious of a contender in the playoffs. I don't see him being able to completely, constantly do that week after week against top tier competition. I, the
In
team
fairness though, the Bucks are pretty good.
No, that's what I mean. The Bucks are a good team. The Bucks, I don't think they're the top teams in NFC. They're probably the second tier teams in NFC. But I'm thinking you're going to have to go against Denver's defense, New England's defense. You're potentially going to have to go against the Colts in their
With the
scoring.
best secondary in football when Chartavius Ward gets back.
You should maybe. I just don't see Buffalo being able to do that. Would just like get on my back and let me, this isn't like the NBA where one star player can just completely dominate a game so thoroughly. Buffalo's an
Right.
Buffalo is such an average team without him. I don't even think they're an average team. I think they're just a bad team without him. If you take care of
That's
Allen
true.
and put on an average quarterback. And I don't think you can say that with I don't think you can really say that with Kansas City. You can maybe say that with Baltimore because we saw them, but we saw Baltimore win without Lamar Jackson too. But I don't
No,
think
Josh Allen is the steam engine behind this team.
he
Without
is
him, they're
he is
nothing.
it's the Josh Allen and it's like Diana Ross and Supremes. It's Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Mm.
So yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean it was definitely impressive. No one's gonna deny that. Six touchdowns is pretty especially considering how he started the game. I mean, everyone's talking about six touchdowns. Let's not forget that he still turned the ball over some, okay? He did
yeah.
throw two interceptions. So, I mean, it's not like he was six touchdowns, no turnovers. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not saying it's not incredibly impressive because it is super impressive considering that the Bucks are not a bad team, and I think they have a pretty good defense. And considering, like I've talked about in the past, that Josh Allen doesn't have a wide receiver one, which update on that, I don't know if you guys saw, but Keon Coleman was a healthy scratch.
Because you missed a meeting.
Yep.
So he,
So that about ends that. I don't know how you don't call him anything but a bust at this point, unfortunately. He was supposed to be that guy. He's like the Quentin Johnston of the Bills. Big body, could run decently fast, just either can't get open or can't catch. I mean, there's just a lot of those prototypes in the league right now, which I think is interesting. Like, I wonder if scouts are going to be like, let's not take the big-bodied, really tall receiver. Let's try and take another archetype because they just haven't been. There's just been a couple of them where I'm like, wow, I really thought this guy was going to work out. I mean, I thought Keon Coleman was going to be pretty good in the NFL, and he is not. But no, I mean, an incredible performance from Josh Allen. No one's going to deny that. It was a very Josh Allen game. He had a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, and honestly, a lot of turnovers. For someone that's the caliber of Josh Allen, two turnovers is a lot. I mean, dude is arguably the best quarterback in football. He's just go big or go home. That's his
Yeah.
personality. That's what he does. So you live with it. You get the six touchdowns and you get the two or three turnovers. It's like Jameis Winston, but better. Jameis Winston would throw three touchdowns and four interceptions. Josh Allen will score six touchdowns with two interceptions. So it's like a better version of Jameis Winston when it comes to the touchdown to interception ratio. But no, I mean, an incredible performance. I will be very interested to see how they play in the playoffs because, like you said, they're going to be playing a lot better defenses, especially in the AFC where you have Denver, you have New England, you have Indy. I mean, Baltimore's defense is starting to pick it up again. They have a lot of talent. You have the Steelers who have a pretty good pass rush. They have talent. So, I mean, you're not going to be you know, bottom feeder teams. But we'll see. I'm going to be very interested to see if these turnovers that are not hurting him right now are going to come back to bite him in the playoffs because that's what's happened in the past. And I'm interested to see if he can overcome that this year.
Well, I'll say this. If you have to pick a gunslinging quarterback if you like put I guess a comparison with Josh Allen, it would probably be one Mr. Dan Campbell as in terms of a gunslinger,
Oh
risk
dear.
it all coach. And
That was
again,
tough,
and
dude.
one of the worst Sunday night football games I've seen since the last Sunday night football game we saw last week. Um,
Bro, he was calling plays like he was playing Madden.
I
When my
love
husband plays Madden, that is what he does. That is what Dan Campbell was doing. He
I
was
love
playing Madden.
it's one of those things like it's annoying, but you know what? That's just him. Like
It is.
you can't change like I would say you can't change his nature. It's like the scorpion, the frog, and the toad Aesop parable. Like this is my nature. I'm just gonna go for it. If it's close, I'm gonna go for it. We can
If
take a
it's
few
far,
we can kick a field
I
goal. No, I'm gonna go for it. Hey,
I
John,
will say in defense of him just a little bit. They were talking pregame about how I think it was like 35 degrees in Philly, and there was like some really strong wind that was coming out one side of the stadium that was like 20-mile-per-hour gusts. And if they were facing that direction, they showed film from kickers kicking in pregame. Their kicks were literally going, "Meow." They looked like they hooked a golf shot. Like it was bad. So, in his defense, if he was going that way, I can understand not wanting to kick if the wind was really that strong. But still, I
I,
mean, that can only go so
he
far.
was 0 for 5 on fourth
He was.
downs. It
But
was
next week, he'll
hilarious.
be 5 for 5 on fourth downs, and then he'll be back to even.
Again, he's
Knowing him,
I remember back when Ron Rivera was the coach of the Panthers, everyone his nickname was Riverboat Ron because he was a riverboat gambler. This is not even this is like if we got Riverboat Ron, we gotta call Dan Campbell like degenerate Dan. Just like
he's like,
a
I don't give
degenerate
a
Dan,
crap
bro.
about what anyone thinks. I'm going for it.
Everything's always bet on black. Everything's always everything on one thing. I'm just gonna keep it. And you know what? It works out sometimes. He's led the Lions to the most success they've had in their franchise since Bobby Lane back in the late 50s, early 60s. Like, no one could deny the fact that he's one of the better coaches in the league. You just have to accept, yeah, there's gonna be some games that I feel like we probably should have, been win this game or maybe have built more of a chance in this game, but a coach likes going for it. And I think if I'm a player, I want my coach to be like that. I want my coach to say, you know what, I trust you
Rather
no
than
matter
being
what.
passive. Yeah.
Yeah. And
He's like it's the same ideology as Josh Allen. You know Josh Allen is going to make some incredible plays, score a lot of touchdowns, but you know Josh Allen is going to throw some really stupid passes and is going to commit some turnovers. It's the same ideology with Dan Campbell. You know he's going to go for it on fourth down. It might be awesome or it might be horrible. You just don't know, but you know that's what he's going to do because nature.
And it's just like Sam Darnold in a big game. You know he's gonna throw some interceptions. You know he's gonna throw 4 picks when you know it's just division and the potentially number one seats online. You just accept it.
That
You,
that
he was seeing
guys,
ghosts.
guys, as someone who sat through Daniel Jones's 6 turnover game, I think that there's an argument that Sam Darnold's was worse. Because on some of those interceptions, he had protection. He just straight up threw it to the defense.
I think one of
It
those
was
picks.
bad.
I think one of those picks was like, okay, that might have not been his fault, but the other
Yeah,
ones,
one of them for sure
but the
wasn't.
other ones was definitely his fault.
Yeah.
And you just
He
have
and
this.
Daniel Jones competing for the worst quarterback performance of the year. They're right up there with each other. They were both real bad.
Oh, there's another bad one that we're going to talk about in a second. But back with Donald. Oh, Donald, it was just and that's the thing everyone's always scared about with him. I guess they're also scared about that with Jones, but you have to see with Jones first is they're putting up great numbers. They're leading the team into like a number top seed or number one great record. But how are they going to look against an elite team, elite competition, or with all the lights shining on you? Donald has shown the last 2 games of last year and and on Sunday, he kind of shrinks in the spotlight. He shrinks in the big when.
Yikes.
No, I think it's fair to say that at this point. Like,
Oh, I'm not saying it's not, just yikes.
and at least I gotta give credit to Jones. Jones has a playoff win. I think he played decent against the Vikings years ago against when he was with the Giants. He has some playoff success. Donald doesn't have that, and he looked. And I think we talked about it last week when we were talking about who would we pick. I'm always going to pick when 2 teams are equal, which team has the better quarterback. And it wasn't even close. Like Stafford had a good, not great game, but he didn't give the game away. Because I don't think Seattle's defense wasn't that bad. They just had to keep playing with a small field.
Dude, Seattle's defense kept them in that game. I don't know
Yeah.
how they didn't get blown out. That's just a testament to their defense because they played incredible. They were put in the hole time and time and time again, and they only gave up what, 21? Pretty incredible.
No, I give credit again. It's disappointing because like I feel like it's going to come down to just Darnold. If you have to put your eggs in Darnold's basket, it's Dan Campbell minus the success. You're just going to get
Oh
failure.
dear. Dan
But
Campbell minus the fourth downs. No, just kidding.
Uh, but I can't say Darnold has the worst QB performance of this week because unfortunately we saw Dylan Dable went out with a concussion, and Shador Sanders finally got into the lineup. And
He did.
I think
Yep.
it's clear why he wasn't playing because he didn't look ready whatsoever. He went out there, he looked like a deer in headlights. It was not good. And I'll say this. He hasn't been playing with the first team, so he doesn't have any kind of any kind of rhythm with them. He's a third round draft pick in his rookie year. I don't think I assumed that he wasn't going to play till like the last week of the season. The fact that he was thrown into the fire in a division matchup against the Ravens, who are battling for their playoff lives, is insane. That's one way that's sink or swim right there.
Well, I'm
And
sure they didn't want to do it. I mean, they were only forced
yeah,
to do it because Dylan
yeah,
Gabriel went out.
he got concussed. And three, I think just saying in general, the Browns aren't exactly like the best team in terms of offensive talent. They're like
That's one way to put it.
the Browns aren't the best team.
Yeah, that's
It's like
not a lie.
I feel so bad for Miles Garrett because he had 4 sacks again. Like, dude, you couldn't just
He
like
did again?
I think he had 4 sacks. He's the first player in NFL history to begin, I think, the first 7 years of his career with
Bro.
12 sacks each year. And all I'm thinking is, man, you just couldn't be a diva and just demand a trade. I'm happy you got your basket, you got your bread, but man, you just have to go to sleep with well, granted, you want to sleep crying to 40 million a year, so I can't feel that
Hey,
bad for you.
let me just read Shadur Sanders' stats to you real quick, okay?
Fine.
So in his time playing in this game, he was 4 of 16 for 47 yards, an interception, and 2 sacks with a total passer rating of 13 and a half. He also had 3 carries for 16 yards.
Okay, there we go.
So
There we
yeah,
go. Positives.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
5 yards to carry. Just
yeah,
carry
yeah,
three,
yeah,
two
yeah.
carries, and that's first down.
5.3 yards a carry. I mean, that is it. yeah,
Yeah,
it's safe to say it was a rough go for him. His dad was probably like, "No, son."
I know his mom was understanding. His mom was probably like, "Oh man." Again,
She's thinking, "Oh no."
he was tossed. It's gonna be interesting to see if he plays. I'm not sure if Gabriel's gonna be able to play this upcoming week. How much he would do now with getting first team reps after a week. How's he gonna do in like not the killer environment of a playoff team a division rival battling desperately to stay in the postseason? Um,
With Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
yeah, but
Who,
yeah,
by the way, Lamar did not have a good game either. He was 14 of 25 for 193 yards, two interceptions, five sacks, and zero passing touchdowns.
oh, trust me, like watching like
So,
again, as a Steelers fan, I was watching that game going hard for the Browns and saying, Shador, do something, please, show the talent. And like, no, it's not working out.
you're
No.
like, where's the talent? Show it.
Or just like run the ball three straight times and try to waste it. It
I
was,
mean, they have Judkins. I mean, it's not like they don't have talent at running back, but what are you gonna
yeah,
do?
no, there's nothing you can really do. It's,
They're trying.
it's,
Just put Miles Garrett on offense. What's the worst that could happen?
what, JJ Watts, like, caught like five touchdowns, like in one of those
That's
years.
what I'm saying.
Like, just who cares? At this point, who cares? Like, Kevin Stefanski might not last a year. Just like try stuff. Be like Mike McDaniels and go for it on the goal line.
Oh dear.
That was the craziest play. But we're not talking about that game because we have more interesting stuff to talk about. Like the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs are technically not in the playoffs. And not only are they not in the playoffs, they're not even the eighth seed at this point. They are the ninth seed because of tiebreakers. Um, we can't even blame the receiving core because the receivers there. You have all the guys who were injured earlier. They're back. Kelsey had a great catch and run for a touchdown. So Kelsey, while older, not young Kelsey, he still looked really good. He's also became the all-time leader in, I believe, touchdowns in Kansas City history. So he has receptions,
Wow.
receiving yards, and touchdowns.
The
And
Triple Crown.
I think only five other tight ends to do that was Jason Witten. Um, it was Ozzie Newsome for the Browns, Jason Witten. It was I can't I'm blanking it's Kelsey. I'm blanking on the last two, and it's annoying me because I saw the stat.
Gates
Oh yeah, it is Gates. I can't remember the last one.
and
But
Gonzalez.
no, Gonzalez would be with Kelsey because he was Kansas City.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Uh but no, like I'll look it up in a second. But yeah, it's not looking good for Kansas City. You have to say it was just like I don't want to say it's Mahomes' fault, but he did not have the game that everyone expected him to have. And part of that's Mahomes, but part of that is well, I guess just Denver's a really good team. Like, well, Denver's a really good defense. I do not trust Bo Nix whatsoever. I wouldn't trust them. I still don't trust them, even though they are the number one seed in the AFC. But yeah, t how much of this game was just KC not closing, and how much of this was Denver having a dominant defense and doing just enough?
Yeah, no, Denver is what, 9-2 now? One of those losses is to Indy, which people still think wasn't a um I might be alone on this hill. I still think the Broncos are fraudulent, at least when it comes to the playoffs. Their defense is incredible. Like no one's going to deny that. Pat Surtain has been hurt this year and they've still been really good. But that offense, man, after that performance against who it was the Raiders, right? Was it the Broncos and the Raiders?
Yeah, it was Thursday night.
Dude, I mean, if you want to be a prolific Super Bowl contender, you have to destroy bad teams. That's what the best teams do. They destroy bad teams. And they don't do that. They don't have J.K. Dobbins now. I'm pretty sure he's out at least until the very end of the season, if
He
not until the
he's done for
playoffs.
he's done for the season.
Yeah, so they're going to be relying on R.J. Harvey and McLaughlin and a couple of other guys. That is not good for Bo Nix that they lost J.K. Dobbins. They some decent tight ends and some decent weapons and a decent O line, but I just don't trust Bo Nix against the Ravens and the Chiefs and the Patriots and even the Colts of the world. I mean, their defense is great. I just don't buy the offense. They might be great in the regular season, but the second you put them in the playoffs against a team with a good defense, I just don't see it personally.
Well, I finally got the tight end list here. It's Witten. It's just for receiving yards. It's Witten, Kelsey, Gates, Ozzie Newsome for the Browns, and Mark Andrews, which I
Wow.
which is kind of surprising when I realize the Ravens aren't an old franchise. Like they got established in the mid 90s. So no, that makes sense. They really don't have a dominant receiver. But like in terms of what you said and like quarterbacks you don't trust, I felt that the same way for Bryce Young, but now look how I'm eating crow because Bryce Young just set the all-time passing yards record for a single game, and the Panthers are technically in the playoffs. And the Falcons have they gave their trade their first round pick to the
Dude,
Rams.
the Falcons, not only did they
They
lose, Penix is out for the year,
they don't have a
and
first round
Drake
pick.
London is out for like 2 to 3
Chelsea,
weeks.
they don't have a first round. Well, first of all, I
They
think
also don't have a first round pick. That is also bad.
I think honestly, London's like, who's my quarterback? Ah, see, my knee still hurts. It's still going to hurt. I might be. I was
Kirk
using,
Cousins, ooh.
yeah.
Yeah.
So good trade
See,
for Rams.
I'm in the same boat about Bryce Young. When Bryce Young is on, he looks great. But when Bryce Young is not on, he looks like one of the worst starters in football. I mean, there's no middle ground for him. Knowing the Panthers, they're probably going to try and give him an extra year next year to see if he can finally get consistent. But I don't think the Panthers are a bad team. I mean, their defense has a bunch of nobodies on it except J.C. Horn and Derek Brown, and somehow they're really good. Their offense, when it is putting itself together, it performs. It's the same problem with the Broncos offense. It's inconsistent. I think the Panthers will make the playoffs because they don't have a particularly difficult schedule. I think they could sneak in as a wild card. And honestly, I think they're only a game or a game and a half out from the Bucks for the division, which
Yeah.
is crazy if you think about it. But I want to like Bryce Young so bad. And I like him and I want to believe that he's going to put it together and be that guy. It's the same thing. When he's bad, he is bad.
He's
Like it is
unwatchable.
painful. It's the same thing with Bo Nix. And everyone's like, "Oh, these teams are so good. These teams are so good." Like with the Broncos, the only reason they have all these fourth quarter comebacks is because Bo Nix has been terrible for 3 quarters of the game. Like against the Giants, for instance. Like Bryce Young has had really bad halves to games and then comes out and looks great in the second half. I can't. I need to see some consistency.
And honestly, this is just gonna be the week of inconsistent play, coin flip decisions, and all that stuff. It's just because I feel the same way. And you talk about that with Bryce Young. I'm thinking about that with like just the entire NFC North quarterback play. I just don't know what the heck. I
Bears, Bears,
like
Bears,
I was
Bears.
talking to Matthew like earlier today. He was just like, because we talk about it sometimes. Like, is there any quarterback we trust in the NFC outside of Matt Stafford? I don't trust anyone. Like, I'm happy with the Bears, but I
Jalen Hurts.
not the way they've been playing the last few weeks.
I mean,
They've
shockingly,
won. They
Jalen
won.
Hurts is like, I think he's 23 or 24 total touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Like, I know they haven't looked great, but people paint Jalen Hurts out to be having some kind of horrible year, and he's definitely had his moments, but Bro's touchdown to interception record is actually crazy this year.
That's
He's not
fair.
as bad as people paint him out to be.
But I remember I was in the defense of Jared Goff for a while. I'm not sure I'm in that defense anymore because not even this past week, just like last year, he had a terrible game in the playoffs. He doesn't really. He's a much better version of Bryce Young. As in, when he looks really good and on, he looks
Yeah.
amazing. When he doesn't, it's like, oh man, this is why they traded
I
you.
trust him more than JJ McCarthy.
McCarthy is just ridiculous. He's literally Bo Nix because he only shows up in the fourth quarter. He's just a worse version. Like he's the worst version of Bo Nix. Jared Goff is,
Honestly, if I was going to pick one at this point, it would probably be Jordan Love or Caleb Williams.
and then you
And
got this guy.
honestly, at this point, seeing how Jordan Love has performed and how I think he came out of the game for an injury and went back
Yeah.
in, I'm taking Caleb Williams. I'm not taking him confidently. Like, don't misinterpret me. I'm taking him unconfidently. But that's what I'm taking. He has Ben Johnson, and even though he's had some bad performances, they've still won games,
I
so
like
he's
that.
done enough.
I like that. Like, don't take this the wrong way. I don't like that guy. I hate that guy, but I'm taking him. Just like,
Oh, I don't hate him.
yeah, I know.
I don't
You need to
rank
see
him
more.
first comfortably. I rank him first uncomfortably.
Like, it's just like I don't trust the Packers because I
No.
think I give credit to Love. I think Love is a decent quarterback, but everyone thought
Yeah,
he,
no, I think he's
but
decent.
everyone wanted him to be take a next step forward, and he just hasn't.
Dude, Tucker
I
Kraft was a
I
huge
didn't real
loss for
I did not
him.
realize how big of a loss it was. Now Jacobs is also out with a knee injury, so who knows
Tucker
how.
Kraft was arguably the best tight end in football this year behind like Tyler Warren and a couple of others.
You got to get Tyler Warren. I was
He
thinking,
is. Look
I,
up the stats.
I was gonna say Trey McBride, but yeah, okay, Tyler Warren's good too.
No, Trey McBride has been the best, but Tyler
Yeah.
Warren is top three. Look up the
Oh,
stats.
I know, but you got him. You got in terms of
Riddle's been good too when he's played.
golf's just like the Lions. Then you got the
Laporta's good when he plays, but he's hurt now.
yeah. I
Got put on
just
the IR.
technically the Bears are the number one seed in the NFC North,
That's what
and
I'm saying.
it's insane because I don't trust them as a team whatsoever.
Hey, 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 what I say, what I say. I said the Bears are gonna sneak in as a wild card. I may have under predicted the Bears.
You really did, and man,
Honestly, though, I still think the Lions are gonna take the division, but I do think the Bears are gonna make the playoffs.
I think the Lions are going to take the division. We had the lead, and freaking Dan Kim's like, now let's put the blackjack have a bet. Like, no,
Be like,
but
flip a coin, whatever it lands on, we're going for it on fourth down.
uh, yeah. So, well, we'll know more this next upcoming week. Thanksgiving's almost here, folks. We're about to hit the final stretch of the NFL season. It's all coming down now. So if you want your NFL news and information, you know where to go to. Chelsea, hit us with those where they can find us.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to Back In on Thursday for it's week 12 now, right? Week 12 preview. Check us out on our social medias. We are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Launch Codes Football, on Twitter at Launch Codes FB, and we also have a chat BCC chat, just a fun chat room for everyone to get on and talk during the games and talk stats and social media and fantasy. So if you guys are interested in that, hit us up on Instagram or another social. We can send you the link. I'm Chelsea,
I'm Daniel.
and we will see you on Thursday.
Adios.